What up, YouTube? LifeofRudeDude back with another video today. Hope everybody is doing well. Remember, health is well. Please take care of yourself. If you have not done so yet, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button for this video. Also hit that notification button. This way you're notified each and every time I drop a video. Let's get it. All right, y'all. So today's video is about Greg Abbott's executive order to ban the vaccine mandate in the state of Texas. Take a look.
In Texas today, with a political confrontation that has a giant public health impact. A new executive order from Governor Greg Abbott bans any and all businesses in the state from mandating the COVID vaccine. The Republican governor says this: the COVID-19 vaccine is safe, effective, and our best defense against the virus, but should remain voluntary and never forced. This is a full about face for Governor Abbott. Just weeks ago, he said government should not tell private business what to do. But, important but, he's up for re-election next year, and he's thinking about a national run in 2024. This new order now puts him in sync with the anti-mandate right, and it puts him in direct conflict with President Biden. CNN's Ed Lavandera kicks us off today from Dallas. Ed, a big move by the governor.
Indeed, and he's once again taking it from both sides here, as Democrats accusing him of making a politically motivated decision that is going to cost people their lives here in this state. And also, he has been taking a great deal of criticism from the extreme right wing of the Republican Party here in Texas, who have been railing against vaccine mandates. So the governor once again kind of stuck in the middle of all of this politically. And it's clear to a lot of people here in Texas that the political motivations behind this is the suspicion that is driving Governor Greg Abbott in this situation. He is facing two primary opponents who have been railing against vaccine mandates, and that's why many people are saying that the decisions that we've seen the governor make over the last few weeks is largely based in the political reality that he finds himself in. Just look at the list of the bans that the governor here has issued over the last few weeks. Obviously, banning private employers from vaccine mandates, a ban on government vaccine mandates, as well as passport requirements, and also affecting school districts. And what is interesting in all of this, John, is if you look at the political fight that the governor was involved in with school districts across the state over mask mandates as the school year got underway, you saw many school districts who simply ignored the executive orders. There have been lawsuits back and forth, but many organizations chose to ignore it. John?
Ed Lavandera, a very important story. We'll continue to track it in Texas. Let's bring in, for some public health context here, Dr. Lena Wen. She's the former Baltimore City Health Commissioner. Dr. Wen, stay with me as I walk through just a couple of numbers here. Governor Abbott says, you know, we're Texas. We don't mandate things. We'll get to the flip-flop in the political conversation later. But if you look at the trends map right now in the country, Texas, one of the states that's trending down. Most states are. You see the states that have increasing, the red and orange, or more COVID cases. They're all in the northern half of the country, cold weather. But let's go through Texas versus two states that have strict mandates in place, California and New York. If you look at coronavirus cases, we went back here to the end of March when the Delta variant first took root here in the United States. And you see up here, Texas, yes, is ahead of California and New York when it comes to cases. The governor might argue not by so much, but Texas is ahead, more cases than New York and California. Look at hospitalizations, Texas significantly ahead of California and New York. If you look at, again, this is hospitalizations through the Delta surge, if you will. And in deaths, Texas is actually in the middle. New York reporting more deaths. So let's come back to Dr. Wen at that point there. If you're the governor of Texas, is this justifiable? Can you say, we're Texas, we're the West, we ride it out, we're tough. It's not that much worse than anybody else. Or is this, in your view, the wrong way to go?
This flies in the face of public health guidance and is really not the right thing to be doing in the middle of a pandemic. At this point, we know what works when it comes to keeping people safe. We know that people who are vaccinated, for example, are at least 5 times less likely to be infected with COVID compared to people who are unvaccinated. And so if you are an employee and you're being asked to come back into work, you would feel a lot safer if everybody around you is also known to be vaccinated. So I truly don't understand why any governor would be saying we are prohibiting businesses from doing their part to keep their workers and their customers safe. These are businesses that are listening to the requests of their employees saying, I don't want to get COVID. I don't want to get coronavirus and bring it back to my family. The best way for me to keep safe, yes, is to be vaccinated myself, but also to be surrounded by other people who are vaccinated. And so I really hope that the governor of Texas and other governors do the right thing. And even if they don't do the right thing, at least don't stand in the way of businesses who are trying to protect their workers.
You just made a key point there about the back and forth, the conflict between the governor, in this case, is maybe businesses that want a mandate. We've seen this conflict between this governor and mayors and other local officials who want to do differently. So I was playing devil's advocate there, saying, can the governor make the case that's not so bad? You say no on the public health standpoints. If you look at it from this way as well, it's even more telling. When you look at these COVID cases across Texas cumulatively, you do not want to be red. The darker you are, the worse. If you actually look, Harris County, for example, Houston, where Austin is here, Travis County here, up in Dallas, it's not quite the same. But in the places that have defied the governor, the case count is actually lower. Places that have said, let's wear masks, let's have some restrictions, if you look, the cumulative cases tend to be lower than in the more conservative areas where they accept the governor's let's ride it out where Texans approach.
These are the same trends that we're seeing across the country. For example, the CDC published a study that found that school districts that have mask mandates in place are 3.5 times less likely to have outbreaks compared to school districts that do not have mask mandates. We have seen this throughout the country, that mask requirements indoors really help to keep cases down, and also that vaccination, the higher your vaccination rates, the less likely you are going to have outbreaks throughout the community either. And so at this point, again, it's so clear that this is a public health issue. This should not be a political issue. This really is about saving lives and looking at the number of cases and saying, how can we save the lives of people who live in our area? How can we prevent the further spread of this disease? I hope that's what our elected leaders are considering at the end of the day.
I know that is your hope. Obviously, we have another example of a governor deciding not to listen to the public health experts. We'll watch how it plays out. Now, Dr. Wen, thank you so much. Now let's get the political aspects of this with me in studio to share their expertise and their reporting. NPR's Aisha Rasco, Amy Walter of the Cook Political Report, USA Today's Courtney Subramian, and Jonathan Martin of the New York Times. Let me just start with, wasn't the conservative position, didn't it used to be, decisions should be made at the local level. Parents should make decisions about schools and then the school committee. Businesses should decide what their workers do, not the government. What has happened in Texas? Tweeting out this last night, 68,000 Texans have died from COVID on Abbott's watch. More will die as he prevents employers from protecting customers and employees. Abbott is killing the people of Texas. The Houston Chronicle points that out. Abbott, who's up for re-election next year, is facing his first serious primary challenges in his political career, who have made Abbott's response to COVID-19 one of their biggest issues. So you have the governor tacking, I'm going to call it right. I don't know that right-left applies in this case, but tacking toward them, tacking to where the base of the party is. There's also this, if you look at his recent history, he is trying to position himself, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, trying to do the same thing, is on the anti-Biden. Right? They have some hope that Trump disappears. And if you look recently, Texas Governor Abbott issues order, banning COVID vaccinations. DOJ asked Fifth Circuit, the Texas abortion law has been in the highlights there. Abbott promises the Border Patrol agents, not be punished by the Biden. This is part of his political MO now is Joe Biden says yes, right, so I say no.
Yep, every step of the way. I mean, Governor Abbott has been against Joe Biden in every step of the way with every COVID restriction. This is something that sets up, possibly a legal challenge that he, as Aisha said, can take into next year's midterm re-election.
Right. All right, folks, you guys saw that video. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Is Governor Abbott within his rights to ban the vaccine mandate? It's been tossed around in the media right now that his only reasons for doing this is political means and that he has no real intent to help. Some people say, hey, he's actually giving people the opportunity to practice their rights, whether it be religious reasons or your own personal preference. Do I believe he's going to get pushback for this? Absolutely. It's all out there. I don't know if you guys saw this, but within the executive order, he also stated that any company or any business that fails to comply with this order can be fined up to $1,000. I believe everyone should be protected health-wise, and I also believe that everyone should be able to make their own individual choice. It shouldn't be controlled by government or corporate America. That's just my opinion. Again, folks, comment below. Let me know what you think. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram, LifeofRudeDude, and Motivated Millionaire LLC. Remember, health is wealth. Take care of yourself. Going to 1 million.